What are you most excited for tomorrow?
To people to come and engage. And it would be great to be able to like captivate people to stay a little bit longer. But I know for sure, like if they was to sit down, they'll only be sitting down for maybe a minute or so. And then you have to like get right back up and see 50 plus more grad students in their work. My name is Isaiah Aladejobi. I am a RID graduate, industrial design graduate at RISD. Industrial design is almost everything. You're creating the system to solve problems, from the idea phase to the construction phase to the implementation phase to going through that all over again in regards to developing more and more. I didn't even want to go back into like a school institution. My idea was that like, oh, I just want to get better at what I'm doing and want to be surrounded by those individuals. And school was kind of like the environment for that.
Super close to finishing, so really happy. We're so close. I can see the light at the end of the tunnels.
My name is Tian, and I'm a Master of Architecture student. Even a few years back when I was in undergrad, architecture is very like, we're designing buildings, we're looking at these like fathers of architecture, and more recently it's shifted away from that.
This one's from 1818, of what the Cove used to look like. And we've continued to see different moves where this bridge was covering all of downtown Providence. And then to the big construction of the Cove being infilled.
Understanding the natural world and reading and doing research on it, but then at the same time, drawing and creating art to create awareness for that research was a sort of beautiful marriage between the two.
It was something that I felt like pretty certain about in my head, like, okay, this one piece is going to be all the way to the left on the end, and it's just going to be there. And so I put these holes in the wall, and now I'm starting to think like, oh, actually, like maybe it needs to be somewhere else, or maybe it needs to be sitting on the floor.
My name is Vander Veen, and I'm in the painting department, the MFA program. One of the reasons that I came to grad school at RISD was that it had sort of a balance between the conceptual type of working that I was interested in and then the more craft-oriented way of working. I was interested in trying to merge those two ways of working or ways of thinking. I think my practice particularly is really rooted in the artist studio as a kind of psychic space. I feel sad when I leave ideas behind. I look back at work that I've made 2 years ago or 4 years ago, and I think, oh, what happened to when I was really interested in medieval manuscripts? But at the end of my time at RISD, realizing that I had kind of gone in not exactly a circle, but maybe a moving spiral, I was like, what? I'm talking about the same thing that I was always talking about, but it's just different now. I was definitely surprised by that.
Feeling good. I'll be feeling even better when everything is ready, but it's progressing, so I'm feeling pretty good, I think.
My name's Jamil Fatti. I'm a MFA candidate in photo. My parents are from the Gambia, and so they immigrated to the United States in the early 80s. And because we have so much family still there, I wanted to go spend time in a place where there is such a strong family connection. This one, it's subtle, but you can see how the orange in the sand especially is more prominent here versus here. Sometimes it's hard to articulate what's in my mind until I'm going through the process of making something, and then things slowly start to become more clear. That's a really nice process. Sometimes it can be scary. You have an end goal in mind or something that you want to make, and things end up changing in good ways a lot of the time, you know?
Last year when I went to the grad show at the convention center, I was like, I want to be part of this. So it was really rewarding to be able to share my work like that. I've never really had the opportunity to share in such a big space and with such a large audience.
It felt good to see the childlike essence of people coming out. They're like, oh, this is something we could touch. It felt that I succeeded.
Ultimately, I think like once the install was finished, it held the space pretty well, and it ended up casting all these different shadows that I never really had in my studio.
I didn't study art in undergrad, so coming to grad school, I wanted the opportunity to be a part of an art community. At RISD, anyone that I meet on campus is a creative, whether painter, sculptor, a design major of some sort. That's something that I think is really important to me.